I took this training once. It was supposed to be a leadership training. And then I got into the training, and day one, we were all sat in a circle, all 37 of us. And they said, okay, now what we want you to do is just look around the room and decide who you like the best. I was like, what? Then they're like, we're not asking you to go up to them. Just look around the room and see who you like the best. So fine. And then they said, now I want you to look around the room and decide who you like the least. And I'm like, what kind of training is this? I'm out. You know what? That's how I did life. I made an instant decision that if this wasn't for me, I'm out. And sometimes that's good. But in this particular case, I had something to learn. I had invested money. I was here for a reason. Is this all a test? What am I supposed to learn? So I kept an open mind. But I was not happy, which is kind of how I lived life. If it didn't go my way, I wasn't happy. So I had to look at some things. And the first thing I did was they said, okay, now we want you to go up and tell that person why they're your most favorite person or the least favorite. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I stand up. Literally 7 people stand in a line in front of me. I look around the room. Everybody else has 1 or 2 people in front of them. I've got 7. I'm like, hello, I got it all going on. They like me. And it was one person after another. Like, you have an attitude. You're so angry. Like, the moment I walked in here, you judged me. Like, one, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, who do you think you are? Girl goes, I don't like the way you're dressed. And I'm like, I don't like your face. Like, seriously. It was just like, what is going on right now? Then I thought, well, maybe this whole thing is a setup. No, these were real people. But the thing of it is we were supposed to tell the person the truth who we had never met, how they made us feel. And in my life, I thought, I've made people feel good. I've made people feel happy. I've made, you know what? Not always. So what did I have to learn from this? I had to learn that there was something going on that I didn't know about. There was a trauma that maybe have happened in my life that I wasn't dealing with, something that was holding me back, something that was making me edgy and angry, and all those things that they were saying. Really, what was it? And I thought, you know, I had a good life. I had great parents. And in a way, was I feeling guilty that I had that? Because so many people haven't. Everybody's journey is their journey. But we get to discover along the way what that is and how it can serve us when we get to this point in our life, if we're lucky enough to get to this point in our life. So I took that moment and I just said, wow, why would they say this about me? Is this how I really come across? And I really had to journal for the first time because I thought the whole thing was silly. Journal, what is this making me feel? Well, it was making me feel like maybe I'm the responsible person here. I'm responsible for how I'm showing up. And that changed everything for me. But I still didn't think I had any trauma to deal with. And I went through this and training and thought, okay, I'm going to just, go along with everybody else and support everybody else. Until there came a time where something triggered something in me that made me realize, wow, that person rejected me. Wow, that person wasn't very nice to me. Wow, what did I ever do to that person to make them so mean to me? And I realized I developed this feeling that people are going to just reject me. And so I'm not going to be nice to people in the beginning because they're just going to reject me anyways, which is a story I made up and lived my life by. So why am I sharing this with you? Sharing this with you is because now what I do in my life today is I allow people to discover what that is that happened in their life that's holding them back. We get to discover it because when it's buried, it's not going to come to the surface. If it doesn't come to the surface, you aren't going to deal with it. It's not easy work, but it's transformational work. And if you want that life that you design, that you desire, you get to do some of that work that brings it up. I'm not a therapist. Nope. I'm not a hypnotist. I'm not any of that. But what I am is someone who has been through this process myself, not once, not twice, but many times, and said, okay, I'm ready to help other people discover what it is that's holding them back. Let's get that to the surface. And then let's design their life from there. Let's get that out of the way and move to a new place. Let's let them oscillate at a higher frequency, a higher vibration, and develop life from there. Because when you're designing life from now with all that cleared out, you get to design that life that you want. These are people behind me that I've helped. And you know how I did it? I created something called the Dunki Method. It's part of my last name. So I decided that I'm going to embrace that last name that was, given to me when I got married. And it's called the Dunki Method. And what it does is it provides solutions and strategies so that we can get to a place where you are living your life at a higher vibration, living your life with a higher design. That's what it's all about. It's not about, wow, this isn't working out and all this, and you can make all that up. And yes, we've heard all of our thoughts are 80% of them are negative and 95% are repetitive. We've heard all that. So what are we going to do about it? Let's take that life that we're designing and vibrate from that high energy so that you can deliver something in your life that impacts and inspires and transforms other people so that they don't stay stuck. I got unstuck. I have a responsibility to help other people get unstuck. I'm not for everybody. Hallelujah. And you know what? Let's ask the people behind me if I've helped them and they're glad that I did. Because I got out of my own way and I had to move a lot of stuff. And it's always in progress, right? But if I wait till I get there before I do, nothing's going to happen. So if you want to learn more about the Dunki Method and what that is for you, just click on I Believe I Can Too, that's TOO, IBelieveICan2.com. And let's have a conversation. More than happy to reach out to you. Take care. Have a wonderful, amazing day and create the life that you want to wake up to. I want you to reach out, not me to reach out, because I don't know who you are. So you reach out to me and let's have a conversation. Take care.